come with me to harvest my very first head of broccoli. Now, a lot of people actually struggle with when to harvest their broccoli because unlike many other fruits, such as tomatoes and peppers, which turn colors when they're ready, broccoli is actually kind of the opposite. You actually don't want to see any changes. The moment that you do see changes in the broccoli, it kind of means it's a little too late. So you're kind of playing this mental game of, do I want to wait another day or two, or am I risking it getting bitter and turning to a flower? Now, let me show you what I mean by that. So this is a perfect example of what you want it to look like when you harvest it, except for you want it to be obviously a little bit bigger. This broccoli head is small, but do you see how it's a nice tight circle? It's just one circle with the buds very close together. They're pretty tight together. If I move them, they don't really move around too much. This is what you want your broccoli to look like when you pick it. Now this broccoli head, even though it's much bigger, it doesn't look like one head anymore. It actually kind of looks like a bunch of florets right next to each other. And you can see that these buds are actually quite loose when I touch over them. And that means this is going to turn into a broccoli flower soon, so I need to harvest this now so it doesn't get bitter. Another thing to note is that once it starts getting ready to go to flower, it's not going to get any bigger. So even though this is just roughly the size of my palm, this is as big as it's going to get. So I need to take it now before it's no longer edible. And another cool thing about broccoli is that once you take that main head off, if you leave the plant in the ground, it'll continue to produce little side shoots around the stem, which essentially are just like little florets. So if you're not using the space for anything else, you can definitely leave that plant in and you can get a second harvest off that same plant. And now the moment of truth, my first time ever harvesting a broccoli. I'm so excited. So here's what the plant looks like now, and you can actually see it's already producing some side shoots. And you can really see how much this broccoli already started to separate, so I'm glad I got it when I did. Since we're already out here, let's see what else we can harvest. Look, some of my strawberries are starting to turn. Let's grab some chives. Let's grab some of this oregano. I don't have my scissors, so I don't know how hard this will be sometimes. All right, that one wasn't so bad. It is much easier with scissors. Let's get some of this dill that is getting completely overtaken by my Brussels sprout.